no! It's all got a bit wrong. Oh dear. Well, never mind. Not quite the opening I expected this morning. Welcome along. It didn't work, did it? What happened? I tell you what I was doing. I was just lining something up on there. And the way it changes from picture to picture, it's just on the mouse. Okay? And I wheeled down the mouse to something else. That, basically. Right? And that was the end of that. The countdown. We didn't get to the end. Are you disappointed? Are you disappointed you didn't get the globe thing coming up at the end? Because I'm going to show you a little something. 1 minute. I don't want that to happen again. I'll have to go to a black screen for a minute, but you'll still be able to hear me, okay? So I was gonna show you because last night, is that gonna work like that? Just a minute. That one there. Stay with it. Stay with it. Media source. That's it. 1 minute. Okay. Click that. Okay. Click that. You can't see any of this going on, I know. Videos and pictures. There we are. 1 minute. There it is. Right. Hang on. Let me just okay something. And I'll come back to you there. There we are. Because last night, what I'd done there, you're watching a thing, and instead of having one thing on the screen there and one thing on the screen there, I've just got it in the middle. Now, if I've got one thing there and one thing there, on that one, I can see what I'm going to show you before you see it. Okay? And the other thing, on the right-hand side, carries on, which is what you can see. But if once I think I've finished doing that, I switch it just back to one in the middle. So as I go from one to the other, it just appears in front of me. So that's what I did wrong there. And what it is I was going to show you last night, or yesterday daytime, I completed my Christmas warm-up sequence, which you'll see soon. And I thought you might want to see a tiny little bit of it this morning. Would you like to see that? How excited are you? This will be apart from seeing me, of course, this will be your highlight of the week. Ready? This will be the Christmas warm-up. Just a little bit of it. Not too much. Just a bit. Here it comes. And that's all you're getting. I think it's called a taster. It's a taster. I'm a tempter this morning. I'm a tempter. So you'll see that a couple of weeks before Christmas. No earlier. Absolutely not earlier. Maybe even only a week before Christmas. We don't like to extend it. I've no doubt in my mind that tonight or tomorrow on the BBC they will wheel out their Christmas idents and little snowflakes and trees and things like that. Far, far too early. In my day, we only got that like Christmas Eve. That's when it started, Christmas Eve. Now, it's moved back further and further. And if I remember rightly, last year, was it the Sprout last year on the BBC? The little Sprout or something like that. That was rolling around on the in the Christmasness, wasn't it? I think they wheeled that out on the 1st of December. So I wouldn't be surprised if you start seeing that tonight. The BBC One Christmas idents, replacing people running around on bikes and in wheelchairs and rowing and all that business. That all gets replaced by Christmas things. I bet that starts tonight. Well, good morning to you. It's Friday, the 1st of December, 2017. A warm welcome along to this morning's United Kingdom Talk. As always, coming to you live, boys and girls, if you're watching the show live, from Television Centre here in Royal Berkshire. Yes, it's the first day of winter. The first day, as the weatherman said this morning, of the meteorological winter. I'm not exactly quite sure what that is. That broken again? I'm not exactly sure what he means by meteorological winter, but that is what today is, the first day of that. And apparently, it's going to warm up tomorrow. This nasty coldness we've been experiencing, only for about 4 days. It's not like it's like permanently cold, is it? We've had about 4 days of very, very cold weather. That's going to warm up to a massive 7 degrees centigrade. I know, what is that? 7, so that is convert to Fahrenheit. So that's 7. You double that, that's 14, add 30, 24, 30, 44, 50. So that tomorrow will be about 95 degrees Fahrenheit. I think that's correct. Okay? So I think that's correct. So if it's 7 degrees today and you double it, so that's 40, 50, 60, and add 30, 50, 60. Yeah, it's about 95 degrees centigrade. Okay? That's what it will be tomorrow. So remember, good day to go down to the beach, take your swimming costumes and all that. And on Sunday, 10 degrees centigrade. 10, 20. So that's so Sunday it'll be a little bit less, about 50 Fahrenheit. Okay? Now, don't always go by my numbers. I'm not particularly good at maths. I do my best. You know, if I was in one of these modern schools now, getting something wrong, I don't think they tell you that you're wrong anymore. Because it might offend the parents. You say my kid's sick. You say my kid's sick. Well, no, he got that wrong. You telling them they're wrong. They're not wrong. They're never wrong. They're right. My kids are right. My kids are right. Don't you be taking my kids like... That's what they are like now, dear. No one's telling anyone anyone's wrong anymore. There couldn't be any more wrong than me. Are we looking a bit blue this morning in the studio? I don't know. Let's say hello to some early people. Let's start on the other side today. Good morning to Ross, who's with us on YouTube Live. Don't forget, gang, if you have any problems on Facebook Live, you can always pick us up on YouTube Live, okay? youtube.com/Chris Reardon UK. There's a little message thing on there as well, so you can continue to type your messages, and I do get them up on a separate screen in front of me. A couple of people always watch on YouTube Live, including Ross Herndon. Good morning, Ross, who says, I'm watching the show live. I am still alive, only just from what I've heard, Ross. God's sake, man. Incidentally, is there anyone watching on a very large screen? Because I've just dropped the quality a little touch again to see what happens. Because I noticed on my computer to the side of it, sometimes it stops. Does that happen to you as well? And you simply have to click play and it carries on. I'm not quite sure what it is. So I've just dropped the quality a little bit and to see what happens there. Good morning to W Wanderer on Periscope. And, one moment please, let me just bring that up. And the G-Man on Periscope as well. A warm welcome along to the show. I hope you enjoy. I think you're both here for the first time this morning. Hope you enjoy it. On Facebook Live, first message in of the morning from Diane Jebb. Good morning, Diane. Welcome to our little show. Ashley's there. Good morning, Ashley. Are you at work? Are you watching on an iPhone? Are you watching on an iPhone? Ashley's got an iPhone 10. He's got the X. It does look good. It's all right, you know. Is it worth an extra £400? Absolutely not. No, but Ash hasn't got anything to spend his money on. He doesn't have expensive tastes or anything like that. Do you, Ash? I can tell that from the clothes that you wear, darling. You don't have expensive tastes. But Ash works very hard for his money and he's bought himself an iPhone 10X or an X or a 10 or I don't know what they're called now, dear. Well done, Ashley. Good morning. Good morning to Adam La Plumber. Sarah's there. Good morning, Sarah. Hope you're well. Ray Reynolds, international, now 70 and 1 day years old. He had a lovely time last night in the White Swan. I think his friend Johnny came along and various others, and they had a little bit of a party for his 70th birthday down at the White Swan. Happy birthday, Ray, for yesterday, okay? Good morning to the lovely Chris. Good morning, little Chris. Hope you're well, sir. Dennis Granger is there. Good morning, Dennis. He moved up from Devon. They sold up their place in London to move to Devon. They lasted 6 months. Hated it. Bored to tears, weren't you, boys? Bored to tears. Good morning, Dennis. About time you came and sung at my karaoke again, dear. And can you wear a hat? Because your head was shining in the lights last time, if you don't mind. Good morning, Wendy. Wendy's with us. Hello, Wendy. We talked to Wendy on the phone yesterday. She's well. Julian Clark, good morning from Mallorca, who says it's cold there. Not as cold as it is here, dear. It's freezing here, but we're warming up tomorrow to a massive 95 degrees Fahrenheit tomorrow. That's what it's going to be here. 7 degrees in foreign language, 95 degrees Fahrenheit in English and American. Thank you. Good morning to Jonathan. Morning, Jonathan. Can somebody tell me as soon as we get a bit of snow and all the country comes to a standstill? Is that what it's like this morning? Are the trains all going wrong again? Oh, dear, dear me. It's the wrong type of snow. Hello to Paul Moore. My calendar still says November. Thank you, Paul, for your correction. This will be adjusted immediately. Thank you. One moment, please. It's our last day. It's our last month of this, Barry, of this particular calendar, which will be replaced with next year's calendar as donated by the lovely Wendy. She sends me a calendar every year. That'd be the third one, I think. Or was it the fourth one? Third or fourth calendar Wendy has sent me. Where's all the time going, Wendy? Eh? There we are. Put that up there. Doesn't always stay, so I'll have to add a bit of tape there. Hope you can't see the tape. Is that all right? Does that look okay? Because if I don't do it right, it shines. No, that's okay, isn't it? There we are. That's Oh, that's the best one in there, isn't it? That picture of him. Don't you think? The one with a white jacket. I haven't got a white jacket. I always think if I buy a white jacket, it'd get really dirty. I'd like a slightly off-white jacket, not cream. Do you know what I mean? Like a dirty-ish white. Thank you very much, Paul, for correcting me there. We like a correction. Oh, hang on. Adam's complaining. Are you talking about the calendar as well, Adam? Possibly. Yes. Richard had noticed to get. Look, they all know, didn't they? Richard. No one talks about the content of the show. It's just errors to do with the studio. Have you noticed that? Oh, it's a minor cough. Oh dear. I hope I haven't picked that up from my mate. He's not well at the moment. I went to see him yesterday. Good morning to Mark. Yeah, look, they're all going on about the calendar. All of them. Sylvia. Everyone's going on about the calendar. No one's mentioned anything that I've been talking about for the last 20 minutes. Well, I don't know why I bother. Perhaps I should just start the show and then just sit here, say nothing, and do something wrong in the studio that you will notice. Would that be a better thing? Would that be of more interest to you? You know, I've got news stories here, things to talk about. No one's interested. Ow, the calendar's wrong. Huh? Oh, we're bright and cheery this morning, as always. Julian says 7 degrees is 44 Fahrenheit, give or take a decimal point. Oh, I don't think so, Julian. It must be at least 95, darling, the way that we're talking about it, the weatherman on the BBC this morning at 9 o'clock after Business Live. I like Business Live on the BBC. I quite enjoy that. Good morning to Richard Leedham down there in Australia. Good morning, Richard. Morning, morning. Let's have a look. Dennis Granger is not well, been rushed to hospital. Oh, my God. What's wrong with you, then? Has something fallen off? What's that? You don't have to tell us if you don't want to, Dennis. Has something fallen off, dear? That's what happens at your age. I'm sorry. Ray Reynolds has had loads of bits fall off him in the last few weeks, leading up to his 70th birthday. In fact, Ray, it's difficult to tell that it's still Ray. On Monday night, I noticed there was a toe. Just a toe. A little toe sitting in one of the chairs, and it was Ray Reynolds. Can you believe that? Things just fall off as you get older, Dennis. Be careful, love. Carry a bag with you. Sometimes they can stitch them back on. Unless you've got some terrible skin disease and they put the needle in and it just falls apart as powder. But you're still with us. And that's the most important thing, Dennis. Welcome to our little broadcast. Good morning to Andy Baker. Good morning, Andy. I think you're new to the show. Hello, Chris. It's my first time posting. He enjoys the shows and karaoke evenings. Suffering with severe depression at the moment. Oh, that's nasty. But you make me smile with your wit and fun. Have a good day. Keep up the work. Andy, depression not a good thing, my friend. Are you seeing someone? That is the important thing. Excuse me. Are you seeing someone about that? I had it for years. Let's have a word. 16, 26, 36, 46. I had it for about 38 years. Depression. Honestly, no word of a lie. About 2 years ago, I started seeing someone at the Royal Free Hospital. Lovely woman she was. She was so pretty. My God, if I was straight, I would have made a move on her, dear. She was so pretty. And she'd sit there and she listened for about 6 or 7 months. And after that, it had gone. It had gone. I find myself now sort of more, actually, above normal. So if if your mood is like there, I tend to be about here most of the time. And then sometimes we go there, okay? Sometimes we go there, depending on what's going on. But I don't go there. Don't go there anymore. Doesn't happen. What did she do? Don't know, Andy. Don't know what she did. She sat there and listened a lot. So I don't know if you're seeing someone. You need to. It's worth it. You don't have to pay. If you're a little bit short of the money, that's okay. Go to the doctor. They'll send you to someone, hopefully. Or if you have got a bit of money, you don't mind spending it, go and see someone. It's worth it. Honestly, it really is worth it. Don't sit there and suffer. I had that for 35 odd years. It's dreadful, dreadful. Good morning, Michael Milner. Good morning, Michael, who says your big picture on the wall is on a tilt. Well, what big picture? Is it? Oh, it is, isn't it? Only just. And that. Hey, are you all right now? Oh, God, that one won't work, will it? Oh! Don't break that! My God. Why are people moaning all the time? How's that? Is that all right? That all right? They moan and they moan and they moan, don't they? Morning, Michael. I've had to. I think I came off your one. Did you have a? Is it you who had a car Facebook group? I've been going through my Facebook groups and coming off a lot of them. I was on hundreds and hundreds of them. So at the moment, I'm going through a lot of them and coming off them. Please, if you've got a Facebook group and I come off it, please do not be offended by that. Now, my nephew's wife had a Facebook group and I came off that last night. God knows how she noticed. How do you know if someone's left a Facebook group? She must be going through it, checking who's still on there or something like that all the time. Is that? Do you know? I didn't think you knew when someone left a Facebook group. Does it say Chris Reardon has left this Facebook group? I didn't think anyone knew. But nevertheless, I got a little text from her. Have we upset you? I said, no, why? Oh, you've left this particular Facebook group. And I said, no, not at all. And what it is, while the show, and I did mention this yesterday, while I'm doing the show, while that diamond is playing and the opening video, I'm sharing the show to different walls. And there's a share button here. When I click that, right, it comes up, share to groups, and then all the groups come up. Now, you can't choose which groups come up in that attempted share. They all come up. And the more you've got, the more difficult it is. Oh, pick that one out, pick that one out. So at the moment, I'm going through all the Facebook groups. And the ones that I don't really join in, that don't mean they're any good. Don't mean they're not good. They're all good. All the Facebook groups are good. Depends what you're into. But if I don't contribute much or go on there at all, I take them off. Please don't be offended by that. I'm just trying to make it easier for me to do this. Then I can sit here and done, and then we're all done. And that's the only reason for that. All right. World AIDS. Now, you see, Mark, I understand where you're coming from there, Mark. Happy World AIDS Day. But it's nothing to be happy about, really. AIDS. Before I came on, before I decided I was gay, it was just after it all kicked off. And there was a couple of gay newspapers at the time, one of which was Capital Gay. And Ray Reynolds will tell you this. For many, many years, these papers were full of obituaries of people who had died. I mean, full of them. You just imagine going to the doctor, I suppose, like cancer, really, isn't it? Certain cancers. You just imagine going to the doctor and being told, yes, well, we think you've got something, but we don't know what it is and we can't treat it. And a lot of those people were dead 2 months later. I mean, thousands all over the world, thousands and thousands. These days, there are tablets. That as long as you take the tablets, if you've got the virus, then generally you're okay. But you've got to do it on time every time, like everything, like diabetes tablets, like heart tablets, I don't know, all sorts of things and bits and pieces going wrong with you. Whatever's wrong with you, you need to take those tablets on time every day. Otherwise, they don't work. You know, there's a reason that you're told you need to take your tablets at 10 o'clock every morning, and you take 1 tablet a day, 5 tablets a day, 2 tablets a day, 1 at 10 and 1 at 6, whatever. You know, don't get complacent. Oh, I know it's 6 o'clock. Oh, I'll do it later. No, the doctor told you to take that tablet at 6 o'clock for a reason. Because, I mean, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I don't know how these things work. So, understand where you're coming from, wishing people happy AIDS Day, but it's not happy. You know, Mark. So thank you very much for the message. Do you see what I mean? You see what I mean, don't you? Oh, Dennis has got a bad chest again. Have it replaced. Can you not get new chests now, Dennis? I know some people, you know, they donate kidneys and things like that. Maybe you can get someone to donate them your chest. Make sure it's a nice one, dear. You know, someone like Cristiano Ronaldo or someone like that. Good morning to Neil Young, who says, if things are falling off naturally, it's time to quit life. Yep, goodbye, Neil. Has it happened to you? What's fallen off so far, my friend? Good morning to Lisa Q. Jones. Good morning, Lisa Q. Jones. That's a lovely name. I think Lisa, the other one was better, though. You know. We'll leave that one, darling. We'll leave that one. Morning, Lisa. Julian Clark says 95 Fahrenheit is 35 C. Oh, come on. I'm sure that's incorrect, Lisa, Julian. You're worrying too much. Just because you've Googled it doesn't mean it's right, lovey. Half of the stuff on Wikipedia is all made up. Am I on there? I do hope so. Wikipedia. Anyone look at that still? Half of that's made up. I'm sure that's incorrect, Julian. 95 is 35. 7 degrees centigrade, I'm sure, is at least 95. Maybe higher. Maybe it's in the hundreds. Is it? I think the formula of converting centigrade to Fahrenheit is to double the original number. So if it's 7, it'll be 7 doubled is about 50. And then you add 32. That's an approximate thing. So 50, 60, 90, 95. It's about 95. I'm sure it is, Julian. I think you're wrong. Sorry. I think you are, lovey. Andy says, I'm on meds. You're on the meds. Okay. Yeah. I didn't do any pills or anything like that for my depression. I went to see someone. Are you seeing someone, or did they just give you a bottle of pills? Because that's not good. You know, you need to see someone and sit down there. A psychiatrist. I'll just say it. Psychiatrist. You need to see a psychiatrist and sit in a room with them an hour a week and talk to them. Pills. I don't know about these pill things. I never had any of those, darling, all right? Are you seeing someone? Michael. DDM cars. Yeah, I thought I was on one of your groups. Yeah, I'm probably not on there now, Michael. No disrespect to you. I'm just trying to make life a little bit easier here for myself, okay? Julian says, Miguel is busy putting up the Christmas tree. I keep well out of the way. Much cursing in Spanish. Can you record some of that and we'll play it out? There was a couple who will remain nameless, boys and girls. The other day, I think it was Sunday night or something, and they'd obviously had a row. Well, one of them recorded the row on his phone and uploaded it to Facebook. It was fabulous. I played some of it out on Monday. Did you miss that? We need more of that on Facebook. People having rows, posting them on. Please, next time you have a row with your partner, can you record it and upload it to Facebook for us all to be totally and utterly entertained? Because all the singletons, like myself, we love it. We love it. I go around, the supermarket or whatever. Doesn't really happen in Waitrose. But you always hear it happening in Sainsbury's. I don't know why Sainsbury's. Not so much in Aldi or Tesco's or Morrison's. Definitely not in Waitrose. But in Sainsbury's, you hear them rowing. These couples rowing, and I snigger to myself, I ain't got to put up with any of that. No row in here, dear. I mean, I row with myself sometimes, and do you know what? I always win. I always win. Isn't that strange? Dennis, why have you gone on to Periscope? I saw that. Don't think you can do things without me not knowing. You've just switched over to Periscope, haven't you, Dennis? I saw that. All right. All right. Yeah, Michael says, when you add people, you pop back up in the ad list. If you leave, No, you don't see when someone leaves on the Facebook groups. I'm sure you haven't. She must be going up and down it, making sure no one leaves and telling them off when they do. Honestly, she won't be watching, I suppose. Good morning, Stacey. All right, right. I'm kind of seeing messages now, and I can't remember what they're about, unfortunately, because I've gone so far. Well, good luck with your chest infection, Russ. My mate's got a chest infection at the moment, and it's pretty bad. I was round there yesterday, which is always a worry, because you don't want to pick it up yourself. He bought me this. Isn't that look at that little from Harrods. I don't know how much it cost. That wouldn't have been too bad. Something to hang from the Christmas tree. Isn't that great? It's a little pillow. Should we go to sleep? Good night. Shh. Shh. Yes, a little pillow there from Harrods, which is rather nice. Good morning to Lily. Morning, Lily. Lovely pictures of your family over in, oh, damn. Was it Thailand or Malaysia? One of the two. I think Thailand. They've got a farm. Lily's family got a farm in Thailand. And it looks such a wonderful, simple way of life. It really does. I really did enjoy looking at your pictures, Lily. All right. Good morning to you. And it's about time you come and sing at my karaoke again soon, please, if you don't mind. Good morning to Chris. Chris Manzar. Happy December to you as well, sir. Neil is worried he's going to pull something off. I'm sure you do that quite often. Huh? Morning to John Aitken, who wishes Ronnie a very well. Good morning, John. The Philippines. I beg your pardon, Lily. I do beg your pardon. The Philippines. Looks beautiful, those pictures. They really do. And I saw Danny Gibbs there as well. Good morning, Danny, who's with one of his best friends, Lisa. So good morning to Lisa. Right, let's just... what's that one there? One moment, please. I'm trying to keep up with things here, boys and girls. That's it. Good morning to Sufayani. Sufayani. Have I got that right? Sufayani. Hope I've got that right. A welcome along to you, sir. I think you're here with us for the first time this morning. So watched the television this morning. The weatherman came on after Business Live, and then on she comes again. Well, it wasn't her this morning. The Victoria Derbyshire show. As you know, we have now renamed that the Victims Show, because she always comes on and there's victims of something sitting behind her. And I thought, right, who's going to be... And it's such a depressing programme. Now, I understand there are serious subjects to be talked about at all times. But generally, there's something in there to lighten it up a bit. Take Newsnight, for example. Newsnight often has serious things, or Question Time. You know, you've got Jonathan Dimbleby there, Question Time, and he might be talking about, I don't know, homeless people, and someone will fire a homeless question at the panel and they'll all answer it. And Jonathan Dimbleby will... Is it Jonathan or David? Oh, I can't remember his name. I think it's David. David Dimbleby will there, and he might put a little quip in there somewhere to sort of lighten the mood. And it's very nice to watch it. Not the Victoria Derbyshire programme. It's just depressing. So here's what's on the Victoria Derbyshire programme this morning. I've written this down. So she wasn't there today. She's gone off. She's swanned off somewhere else. You know, she's nowhere to be seen. There's this other woman on there. Can't remember her name. I think it might have been Tina. Tina, very pretty, very beautiful dark hair and dark skin. Oh, she was beautiful. Actually, she looks better than Victoria Derbyshire. If I was Victoria, good morning and welcome to the Victoria Derbyshire show. If I was Victoria, I'd be worried about my job, love. No, because she's prettier than you. I'm sorry, she is. Is that a sexist remark? Good. Anyway, she's obviously off today. So here are the subjects on this morning's Victoria Derbyshire show. Are you ready? Oh, and good morning to everyone listening and watching the show in Brighton Station. Let's muck them up in Brighton. Thank you for joining us at Brighton Station. The train standing at platform 1 is calling at Battersea Park and Victoria. Battersea Park and Victoria, the train at platform 1, which leaves in 15 seconds. Please hurry along, you only have 10 seconds to board this train direct train stopping at Clapham Junction and Battersea Park for Victoria. Look at them all running. Ah! Minor door. Oh, they don't do that minor doors anymore. You do it yourself. They haven't even got... I mean, how cheap is that? They haven't even got someone to close the doors for you now. You have to do it manually on the trains. Anyway, back to this. Thank you, Adam. Yes. So on the Victoria Derbyshire programme this morning, right, you ready for this? Parliament person caught with porn on computer. Is there anyone watching this show that hasn't watched a little bit of that on their computer? Come on now. You have, haven't you? Especially you. You have 75% of the time you're watching it, aren't you? Dirty so-and-so. So that's number one, okay. And, of course, then we get the picture of the miserable man and all that business. Number two, and I'm not making light of any of these stories. I just want to tell you what's in the whole show as it was read out this morning. So we got the Parliament bloke caught with porn on his computer. And I think they interview him and all that. Then we've got the 25-year-old search for someone's missing son. Okay? Then we've got a lady who had, I think, 3 prosthetic legs and a bag stolen after her boat crashed. And then we've got a model who says she's been seriously sexually assaulted by that Harry bloke. You know, that one in the film bloke. That's it. Not a single happy story. And it's so bloody depressing. Who on earth is watching that stuff in the morning? And then over on ITV, of course, we got Jeremy Kyle. You know, great big fat people screaming at each other across a studio, waggling their fingers with one tooth in their head, usually a black tooth in there, which is about to fall out itself. Jeremy Kyle, oh, the god of all gods, you know, knows everything about everything. He's just trying to get one over on everyone all the time. The tracksuit brigade. I mean, what sort of choice is this in the morning? You know, that Victoria Derbyshire show could be so much better if they just put a couple of happy stories in it. You know, Santa goes to visit children's home or something like that. Nice stories. They're all so blooming depressing, aren't they? Anyway, good job I don't watch it then. Don't watch it. Michael's getting a little bit of jumping and echoing. No, it's not happening here. Not really happening here. I don't have a board. I have a mixer in front of me. Bayringer mixer. Good morning to Alan Holiday. Good morning, Alan. Hope you're well this morning. Lily is missing everyone at home. I know what you mean, Lily. I know what you mean, darling. All right. So that's it. So that's the Victoria Derbyshire show. You've got to watch it in the morning. Seeing is believing, you know. But you'll be so depressed if you watch one of those. It's on for 2 hours. 2 hours of depression. Good morning, Christina, down there in Portsmouth, who was watching the news last night. Oh, well, the news is the news. You know, even when you put on the 9 o'clock news, it might start with someone else who's just been beheaded, followed by another missile test from King Jing Jong Ping Pong, followed by a racist tweet by Donald Trump, but then it'd be followed by something else. A factory in China has doubled its amount of cuddly tellies to be exported free to children across the world. You know, there'll be something nice in there as well. There's never anything nice in the Victoria Derbyshire show. Depressing, depressing, depressing. You've got to mix it up a bit. Haven't you? Oh. Christina was watching the news last night. It was very nice, about 2 men who met in a churchyard and figured out they were brothers. One was homeless and is now living in his brother and had a roof for Christmas. A roof for Christmas. What a strange gift to give someone, Christina. What's in that big package? Oh, it's a roof. Oh. I love it, Christina. He got a roof for Christmas. Was it tiles? Was it a flat roof? Is there a little window? Has he got one of those windows at the top? What are they called? Roof lights or something like that. I think they're called roof lights. Let's have a look here. Nice BBC story versus the daily idiotic Trump tweet. What is he on that man, Donald Trump? God, so you voted in him. You voted in me in, didn't you? Oh, my word. I don't know. Michael says, talking of Christmas, where's your Christmas decorations? Not very festive. Don't be... Are you off your head? It's the 1st of December. Far too early. Far too early. I mean, I'm preparing. I've already started my Christmas opening video. That's all you're getting. You'll see the rest a week, maybe 2 weeks before Christmas. You can't have it all up now. Dear me. I know what you mean, Christina. Good. Now, yesterday after the show, I went down the dump, as I said I was going to do. Got rid of all the packaging from the new telly downstairs, which is wonderful. Got to tell you, that new telly is wonderful downstairs. And a little bit of a very old, just like a footstool box thing that was falling apart. It was only covered in plastic stuff. So I did that yesterday. Shall I just move this around? I noticed that you were... You kind of lose my voice a bit when I turn around, don't you? So I've got to move that closer to my mouth when I'm turning around on this camera. Went to the bank. Oh, what a lot of mucking about in the bank yesterday. So I went to this. There's a cash machine in the bank, right? And there's 2 cash machines in the bank. I never ever use the little hole in the wall. I'm always worried, someone's going to be standing behind me and trying to steal my PIN and my card and things. I always go into the bank. I never, ever use the hole in the wall. Never. So I goes into the bank. And there's only one machine that takes money. And the other one does everything else except take money. So, one machine does everything, including taking money. The other machine does everything, but doesn't take money or checks. You can't put anything in it. So I've only got 2 machines in there. Anyway, the one that takes money, which is the one I wanted to go to, I want to put some money in. There was 2 people standing in the queue, and as usual, the one at the front of the queue appeared to be wanting to empty her whole accounts, 10 accounts, and she's tapped. Oh, come on! And I looked at the top, and there's 2 people up there. There's 2 people behind the desks, behind the screen. One person being served. I thought, okay, well, I'll go up there. So I've gone up there, and then I was aware that one of the people who was serving was tapping away on the computer and looking at books. Tap, tap, tap. So there's another one in the corner there, and she's doing her stuff. Right, I thought, oh, well, I'll just wait for her. Well, this old bag in front, she's having an entire conversation with the member of staff. While the other one's doing something else, who looked up after about 5 minutes and said, oh, I'm ever so sorry. I'll be with you in a minute. I've just got to sort this out for a customer down at the other end. So she's tapping away. I thought, oh, come on. Shit, I could hear the old bag on the till there. She's having an entire conversation about her children and grandchildren. Can you see? But the queue is now building up. There's now 7 people behind me. At which point, someone comes out of an office... Okay, and said, is anyone paying in? So I said, yeah, I'm paying in. He said, would you like to come this way, sir? On my way to him, right, I noticed the machine is free. Now free. So the 2 people had moved from the machine. I said, I'll tell you what, I'll go and use the machine. There's no one on it now. Oh, okay, then I'll get someone else. So he left me, went back to the till. I've gone to the machine, put my little card in, got my money ready. And when you put money into the machine, it doesn't require a PIN. It's only if you're taking it out. So I've done that, and I've looked up, and the button that says pay in cash is greyed out. So you can't pay cash. And I said, oh, you can't pay cash. And the one with no personality, she sits on the like meet and greet thing. She's a little thing with glasses, a little fat thing with glasses. She sits there, no personality whatsoever, never jokes, rarely smiles, nothing. She just usually sits there with her glasses. She's with her glasses down her nose like this, tap, 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 and now and again looks over at glasses. That's all she does. She said, oh, no, that's broken. And I'm like, well, wouldn't it be nice to put a note on there? So she said, what are you doing? I'm paying in. Oh, well, I said, well, I've lost my place in the queue now, haven't I? I said, there's another 7 people behind me now. I said, he just came out. And would you want to sit? Oh, he's got someone else in the office now. Oh, what a load of mucking about. I only want to put 20 quid in, for Christ's sake. Well, a little bit more than 20 quid. But you know what I mean. Anyway, as luck would have it, as I came down, he finished with that person in the office, took the money off then, and then dealt with me, and off I went. But what a lot of mucking about in the bank yesterday. After that, I went to Waitrose, and I got a problem with my Waitrose card. You know, as I slotted it through the machine, it came up, please seek assistance. Well, what's wrong with that? And I remember what happened the other day. I got a rescan. Now, I only get about one of those a year now because I'm a very trusted person. And the scans before have always been okay, never a problem. So last week I got a rescan. And since then, I've been having trouble with the card. Because what happened, the rescan was, I went to the customer service. Can I pay for these? Yeah, that's okay. Done that. Oh, you've got a rescan. I'll have to take you to another till. Gone to the other till. They couldn't work out to do it, so put everything through again. So now, I think to their computer, it looks like I've left the store without paying for my shopping last week. That's how it looks to the computer. But of course I have, because they did it at one till, and then they had to take it to another. But because they couldn't transfer from one to the... Oh, Christ. So the card's not working now. And last week they said you'll have to wait for the system to update, then it'll realise it again. So I don't know what's going on there. And so I've put it through this thing. I've gone over. She said, well, it doesn't look like it's locked on here. It's not been locked at all. It's just it won't work over there. Oh, so that was the visit to Waitrose. Then I've got to show you this special offer in Aldi. Oh yes, special offer in Aldi at the moment. Look. I bought a new pair of Bluetooth headphones. Good, aren't they? 15, I think they were £13. £13 for these, because I've given up now, boys and girls. I've thrown in the towel, and I'm not going to search for my Bose Bluetooth headphones anymore. They're gone. That I cannot find them anywhere. I lost a pair some months ago now, and they're in here somewhere. I've turned the house upside down looking for those. Cannot find them anywhere. So I bought these from Aldi. £13. Look, no wires. All Bluetooth. Very good. I tried them on last night. Very good sound, actually. From Aldi. £13. Don't know if they've still got some in there. But if you're after a pair of nice Bluetooth headphones, I'd get yourself down to Aldi, because there's nothing wrong with those. You can pay £300 or £400 for a pair of those. Noise cancelling and all this, that and the other with a little flashing light on top. I mean, what do you want? Do you want to listen to the music or watch the flashing light on the top? So that was my visit to Aldi. Then I went around to my mate's house. As I say, he's got a bad chest at the moment and he's feeling very down. My mate's feeling very, very down at the moment. So I go round there and I kick him down even further, because I'm that sort of person. So I went round there, sat there with him and watched a little bit of telly. And his other half has bought a new coffee machine. DeLonghi, something like that. 400 quid, this coffee machine. And it's sitting there. I mean, they've only got a small kitchen as it is. It's sitting in the kitchen, taking up all this space. And you put coffee beans in the top, and I don't know what it does. I mean, it's and then little bits of coffee come out. And I love the smell of coffee. You just pick up the coffee beans. Oh, the most delicious smell. And out comes the coffee. I mean, what the difference of that is, and getting a little bit of coffee out of a jar and putting boiling water. I don't know what the difference is, really. But it does smell nice. My mate was telling me, if you ever want to sell a house, they tell you to do a load of coffee or put the bread machine on to make it all smell homely, which is quite... Has anyone else got one of those expensive coffee machines at all? They're very, very expensive. Very expensive. Chris says it better be great coffee. I hope so, Chris. £400 for a coffee machine. Honestly, it's sitting there on the in the kitchen on the sideboard. Good morning to Nangesh. Good morning to Mangesh, who's enjoying the self-conversation. Thank you very much. I hope you're enjoying it, sir. I know it's a self-conversation. I think that must be is possibly translating there. Where are you, Nangesh? Whereabouts are you, sir? Michael's there. Good morning, Michael. He says, first is the day to put up Christmas decorations. No, it's not. It's not the day to put up Christmas decorations. Christmas decorations, usually a week before Christmas. Maybe 2 weeks at a push. No earlier. I am now seeing some decorations in people's houses, thank you. Jonathan, I'm glad you're enjoying this. So that was round my mate's house. Then I went, I came back here and finished off my Christmas intro video, which you've seen a little bit of today, just the first 3 seconds. You'll see the whole 5-minute video soon, all right? Then last night I went up to my mate's house, Wayne. Wayne's got a great job. He works at the Skinner's Halls, which is in London, in Canonbury, right in the centre of London. And I'm on my way there, and he says, "Oh, Chris, bad news, I'm afraid." He said that they've closed off a load of roads up here, gas leak or something. It's all very posh up there. And I've had to go around this roads, and there's only one way in, and the roads in that part of London are extremely narrow. Can you believe people are actually allowed to park on these narrow roads? And I've turned right to go, I can't get through. Can't get through. So I've had to reverse out of this road and drive back down, and I've gone all the way back out, and there's no right turns or U-turns anywhere. I've had to go all the way back down to Temple, come around there, and then back on the embankment and up again, which led me to exactly the same road. And the only thing I could do was literally to bump up on the curb and drive with 2 wheels on the curb. It's the only way you could get through. I mean, how ridiculous that people are actually allowed to drive through that blooming road. I don't get it. How odd is that? So we had a pizza last night and some delicious ice cream. That was my little treat of the week. I allow myself 1 treat a week. I'm on the Slimming World, as you well know. I've got my target. Got my badge. I've got a badge. Where's the badge to show you? Now, what have I done with that? Oh, it's here. My new Slimming World badge, just under my gold Blue Peter badge. Look, there we are. Slimming World Target Member Badge. I've got on for you this morning. Can you see that, lovies? Hey? It might be better over here. Hang on a minute. Let me come closer. Come closer. Slimming World badge. Look. There it is. Slimming World. Yes. My gold Blue Peter badge there. And that's all my bits and pieces. So I had a pizza, and we had this ice cream, Ben & Jerry's. And there were little bits of chocolate with caramel in the middle, and you bit into them and it just oozed out down over your tongue. Oh, yum, yum, yum. Very, very nice indeed. Terrible traffic coming home. Once again, they're digging up the road, 11 o'clock at night. 3 lanes down to 1 lane. Took me an hour and 40 minutes to get home. I guess it's just ridiculous. And maybe they're trying to finish it all off before Christmas. I don't know what the hell's going on with these roads late at night. And that's it. That was my day. That was my day yesterday. How was yours? Hope yours was all right. Good morning, Gary Oakey. Welcome to the show. Some news stories for you this morning. Now, I do like a technology story. I like a technology story. And Tesla, who I've got great respect for that bloke, Elon Musk. It doesn't matter that he's absolutely got loads of money. He could sit back and do nothing now for the rest of his life. It wouldn't bother him. But he doesn't. He wants to improve things. I think money is, once you've got enough money, it doesn't, but some people can never have enough though, can they? Oh, they just want more and more, obsessed by money, people. Obsessed. Once you've got enough to get you by, I don't understand why people just want more and more all the time. But Tesla has activated, this is in this morning's Daily Mirror, the world's biggest battery after integrating it into the electrical grid in South Australia. I don't know why he chose there. Perhaps because they've got so much solar. They get a lot of sunshine there. Maybe that's why. Fulfilling a bet made by Elon Musk. I just say Eton. I beg your pardon. Elon Musk, the company's CEO, on Australian billionaire Mike Cannon-Brook. The 100 megawatt battery was built in less than 100 days. The Australian state has been plagued with electrical issues in recent months, with outages leaving thousands of homes without power. The Tesla battery can shoulder the load when an outage occurs and power up to 30,000 homes in the area for an hour. The Australian Prime Minister said this is history in the making. Very clever. Tesla's battery is 3 times more powerful than the world's biggest battery. It's made up of modular Tesla power packs that have been daisy-chained together to make a single unit. Each one is capable of supplying 210 kilowatt hours of electricity. And it's coming. You know, this is the big thing at the moment. We can all now make renewable power. Windmills, solar panels, the wave things, and other little things. You know, I think someone invented a road that as you drive along it, it gets pushed up and down. Obviously, you know, you wouldn't feel it in a car. It kind of gets pushed up and down, and I think someone's created electricity like that and burning rubbish, that sort of thing. But it's all very well, you know, especially if it's a really windy day. You've got all this electricity coming in. You can't store it. It's the batteries that are holding us back. But this is coming along now. You know, when we're starting to be able to store large amounts of electricity. Because, of course, it's all very well while the windmills are turning. Just take the windmills, for example. All the sun is shining. As soon as the sun goes down, no electricity. So it either goes off or you switch to what you've stored from earlier on. We can't do that at the moment, but we will be able to soon. We'll be able to at some point soon, I think within just a few years now, be able to store enormous amounts of electricity somewhere. And it's very good. And Tesla seems to lead the way on all this stuff, really, doesn't it? And top marks to him. Really is. Let's have a look there. So that's that story there. I'll do... there's a wedding apparently happening. Is there a wedding? Prince Harry and Meghan are getting married soon, as you well know. The wedding date has been revealed as Saturday, May the 26th. Have you put that in your diary? Now, where's my diary for May anyway? I thought I had bought a calendar for next year somewhere. I don't know where I've put that. But I'll try and get the day off, you know, just in case they send me a little letter to ask to attend it. I think that would be quite nice to attend their wedding, would you? Would you go to the wedding if you were asked? Come on, be honest now. Would you go to Harry and Meghan's wedding? We will get a bank holiday because, of course, it's a Saturday. They will, oh, can we have a day off? No, you can't, you lazy people. You blooming well work. Can we have a day off, please? No. Theresa said no. You're not having one. Oh, she's had a row with old Trump, hasn't she? Theresa. Quite right as well. Stand up for what you believe in, girl. Ghastly, man, that Trump. Ghastly. May the 28th is also a US public holiday to mark Memorial Day, so royal fans on both sides of the Atlantic can celebrate for 3 days straight. I think that's lovely. That's lovely. I'm not quite sure why she had to convert from being a Catholic to being Church of England. I don't know why. In this day and age, you'd have to do something like that. Just one of those things, I suppose. Right, let's just go back to some of your messages, my darlings. Where are we now? Where are we now? Oh, has that got stuck? One moment. Sometimes they get stuck on the computer. So now, I've now got them coming up on the iPad as well, you see. Now let's see. The last message I've got was better be great coffee. Oh, is that correct? That must be correct, which must mean you're getting bored of me now. So I'll do one more story and disappear. But they're going mad in the jungle at the moment. Mad in the jungle, apparently. All the papers, the trash papers, like The Sun and that, are all from Georgia Toffolo. I mean, what sort of name is that? Toffolo. Shows off incredible figure in a green bikini as she calls off in the jungle show. And there she is in her boat. Yeah, come on, get your flesh out, love. Get your flesh out, love, to show us all. And they're all going mad in the newspapers this morning. The Made in Chelsea star. Have you ever seen this Made in Chelsea thing? What side is that on? I don't think I've ever seen it. Made in Chelsea star sported a green bikini with black trim as she washed away some of the Aussie camp's grime. Well, the Australians would be offended by that. Saying that their jungle is dirty? How rude is that? God, her bikini appearance came after she took part in the disgusting kiosk Keith's Outback Refreshment Shack alongside the delicious Amir Khan. Why can't can Amir Khan be topless as well, please, if you don't mind? Can we have something for the gays on there? I'm offended. I'm offended because I'm gay and there was nothing for me on that programme. How offensive is that? All right. Any more birthdays? Nice and quickly, boys and girls. We're going to do today's birthdays, and then I'll tell you all about a karaoke night that I'm hosting this evening. Happy birthday this morning to Anjum Shazad, who's 34 years old today. Lovely picture of you with the little flowers. Happy birthday, 35th birthday to Anjum. Happy birthday this morning to Jonathan Wormsey. Happy birthday, Jonathan. Stephen Artis, DJ extraordinaire. Happy birthday, Stephen. I haven't seen you for some years now, have I? Happy birthday. Peter J. Holly is a young 32 today. Lovely multicolours on your picture there. And David Newland's birthday today as well. They're all our birthdays. Let us sing the song. Oh, I haven't got the song lined up. Let us sing the birthday song for you. Just a minute. Something's gone wrong. Where is it now? There it is. Let's sing the birthday song. Ready? Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday dear Anjum, Jonathan, Stephen, Peter and David. Happy birthday to you. Enjoy your birthday, boys. All boys today, is it? Yeah, all boys today. Happy birthday, lads. Karaoke tonight. If you're anywhere like in North London, I'll be hosting karaoke tonight. That's at Central Station Bar in Wharfdale Road, King's Cross. Starts at 8:30 and goes right the way through until midnight. That's every Friday, 8:30 till midnight. Karaoke at Central Station Bar in Wharfdale Road, King's Cross. We'll be going back to one camera though, all right? Because it was far too much work for one person to be doing so much while standing on a stage. So we'll be going back to the one camera in the corner. That we've been quite successful with that over the last couple of years or so. Thanks very much, gang. That's it for the show today. Have a wonderful Friday, and I'll see you again very soon. Cheerio now.